What's going on, legends? Welcome to my video. Today we're gonna talk about the massive leveling build for Spiritborn, the new class in Diablo 4 Season 6, the expansion, Vessel of Hatred, because I got the chance to play and blast for a week before the launch as a content creator to get you guys the guides and builds out there. So basically we are using this Spirit Hall of Gorilla. We're using both of them actually because the second one unlocks at level 30. I wanted to do like a mid-level guide and whatnot, so it's nothing like everything maxed out. I do have all the aspects, almost all the aspects actually. I believe like 2 were blank or not even like filled. But as you can see, this is normal difficulty, not hard, because it was not worth to do hard at all. Although with this build, I'm pretty confident you can blast through just like normal. So maybe at this point it could be worth to just go even for hard mode and whatnot. Maybe even penitent. But anyways, by this time, you know, all the NDA from the server will be lifted, embargo too, so I'm free to talk about this. So I also have an endgame version of this build from my main, so you can check it out in the right upper corner. I will also do a build video for Barb. I will try to focus on other classes as well as other guides, how to like proceed in Vessel of Hatred, because there's a lot of content to tackle on, I would say, what to farm and whatnot. But anyways, we are using the Rock Splitter basic skill because it increases our thorns, especially on the third attack. And basically using the Gorilla Spirit Hall makes our skills scaled from thorns, all our skills 100% thorns. So we're mainly putting points or trying to get thorns as much as possible. So getting thorns affix on headpiece, chest, and the pants, that's where you can get them. And then through tempers, I will show you what they are like. Our main goal is to have uptime on the number 2 skill, which is Armored Hide, and also number 4, Toxic Skin. They both increase and have interaction with thorns. Thanks to our ultimate, this bird, the Seeker, it is the only ultimate that has charges as base. It's 3 charges, but you can get tempers on Ancestral Ring or like Amulet with 3 charges per 1 jewelry. So on my main, I have 11 charges of Seeker, which is absolutely crazy. I could get even more, but I skipped it on the Amulet because once you masterwork the item, it's gonna get even more charges, so it's pretty bonkers. So the Seeker makes our enemies vulnerable for the time being, like 4 seconds. It knocks down enemies as well. We have a passive in the skill tree that makes us deal more damage to knock down enemies. Just all around amazing, amazing interactions and whatnot. Big shout out to the dev Bjorn who designed Spiritborn. That's why we call it Spiritborn, because a very great job. I like how things, you know, proc of each other and how they work together. Really, really nice. Some thought went into this class, and I love it. So far, nothing extremely broken or what we have tried and played. Maybe it will unfold later with fully maxed out gear, which we're not able to go for. But more about it in the other build of my main. So just a little sneak peek. I'm gonna take you to the planner and I'll show you what we got going. So first things first, let's go over the skills once again. So Rock Splitter basic skill. On the third attack, we will get thorns increased. Rake is our like spender, if you will. This is our gainer for resource. This Rake is our spender because Rake gives us ferocity stacks, which is attacks with increase. And there's amazing aspect where it manifests a second spirit that uses also Rake. So it's 2 hits in 1. And it's good for AoE because it also casts the second spirit is being cast randomly on enemies around. Ravager for pretty good damage increase. As you can see, it just unleashes a Savage Roar, and each of your attacks trigger additional damage per strike, which is amazing. And if you're doing Pit or Undercity, which I will also video about, where there's a lot of mobs, you will keep killing them. You can have non-stop uptime on this skill, as well as skills extend duration on that one. Armored Hide for Unstoppable and also for the Thorns increase. Seeker, already talked about it, amazing ultimate. I would say the best for this setup of Thorns in general. And Toxic Skin again has a more increase for Thorns. Primary Spirit is the Gorilla. All skills are scaled from Thorns, and every skill gives you a barrier for 10% up to 40%, which is absolutely amazing, absolutely crazy. I'm not sure if all these numbers are right, by the way. They might be different because by the time this video is out, we will already go through the Campfire dev stream where they already talked about the actual changes to classes, so bear with me here. Secondary spirits, you get Gorilla Max Resolve up to 2, and when you have more than 5 stacks, you will be non-stop unstoppable, and there is a great passive for damage increase for that as well. And endgame with this Spirit Hole, I hope they will not change that, because Diabolt's will have non-stop damage increase because of this, but I'm not sure how the resource will act like with that. But I hope they won't really change much stuff going into the release after this video is launched, or actually before, yeah. Anyways, the gear and aspects on the headpiece, we got the Might for damage reduction, basic skill from Rock Splitter. This build is extremely tanky, it's absolutely ridiculous, and as endgame version, I do not need any mythics, you don't need any purples. Once again, I will show it in the second video. It's really crazy that this is the, you only just need just a couple of uniques, class uniques, and you will be so tanky, it's wild. So on the chest piece, we go with Bruiser aspect. This is got like random aspect. You could go for dodge. There is a glyph that scales your thorns from dodge, but sadly that did not work on the server we were playing on, so I'll probably put it on the gear for sure. But Bruiser aspect, increase armor and thorns on your max HP missing, why not? So there is a way to actually play like a low life barrier. Rapid gloves, this is attack speed for a basic skill Rock Splitter to get, you know, the regeneration and whatnot. Layered wards on the pants for more damage reduction while we have barrier. We have non-stop barrier. We have a lot of block reduction as well because payback gives us, the Rock Splitter gives us block chance as well. And yeah, there is also a damage reduction while blocking. So some good stuff. Aspect of haste, amazing. Probably my favorite movement aspect in the game. Gives you a lot of movement speed if you keep moving. So for farming speedruns, amazing, impressive. Next up, we got the weapon here. We got the, like I already talked about, the Rake that manifests second spirit. This one doubles on 200, so it's extremely powerful. Will deal more damage than you, well, base damage actually. We'll see about that. Conceited, my favorite aspect for a Gorilla build because we have non-stop barrier. This is triggered non-stop. Huge damage increase because it buffs all the attacks you do. Even the Thorns ones from the Gorilla. On the ring, aspect of element for extra damage. I got this as a drop in the build video. It's just included there. And then we got Bristleback aspect. This is a free damage. It goes up to 160% as attack damage of thorns on the target if you dodge or block. And we will be dodging and blocking non-stop. So free damage, free attack like that. Almost twice as strong. Not bad, right? That's pretty good. Might be even worth putting this later on amulet, and whatnot, but we'll see. So this three aspects, and going over the skill tree, we're starting off with Rock Splitter. As you can see, the third one here is giving us thorns, and third attack always deal 100% of your thorns to enemies. So this is nothing really to take into consideration. Well, there is a unique weapon where it makes your basic skills always hit as a third attack. So that's my main build right now. So I'll show you how it works in the next video. Right here, giving us ferocity, which is attack speed. And rampant is giving us, it's reduction of vigor per stack of ferocity, or you can go for the other one, which is cooldown reduction for at least one enemy hit. So this is also pretty good. I'm not really sure. I need to try it out. Too bad I didn't try it out before video, but if the spirit cast from the aspect will also trigger this, that will be bonkers. Next up, follow through. Now, when it comes to Thorns and Gorilla, Spirit Hole ranks into skills do not increase the damage from the Gorilla, Spirit Hole, the Thorns, so there is no need to max these out. But if you get like basic skill damage increase from like this passive or Moonrise or adaptability aspects, they work for Rock Splitter third upgrade right here. So that's pretty good. Can go for some pretty nice decent numbers. Next up we got Apex. Enemies will deal more damage to vulnerable targets twice into elites, and then they will deal less damage to you. Some good stuff. That's why we have the Ultimate Seeker that makes enemies vulnerable non-stop. So we have this proc too. Unrestrained, this is the increased damage while unstoppable or unhindered. Unhindered is actually from this toxic skin. As you can see, for 7 seconds you're unhindered. I put all points into this as well as Armored Hide because they make these skills, the points in these skills make it so they last longer. And the proc here, the third upgrade, is giving us a Thorns increase by 100%, which is absolutely insane. Ravager, once again, this is like a buff, like a shout on just roar that buffs you and you deal more, basically more hits. And this one counts as Jaguar, even though you are a Gorilla Spirit Hole. And with this with this roar, even if you attack with gorilla attacks like the rock splitter right up top, you will trigger this passive on the target where it will just, debuff the target. You will deal more damage to them by up to 30%, which is pretty crazy. And yeah, you just need to damage them with Jaguar skill, which is Ravager. It's a buff, so yeah. It was explained to me by the dev who designed this class, so it works. I also tried it, so yeah, it does. Next up, Armored Hide. This one gives you like flat, not percent, but flat thorns, which is amazing because that gets increased by the percent from toxic skin, so that's always good. So we're always looking for full uptime on this ability. I'll show you how with ultimate. Some extra damage reduction per stack of resolve. And also Armored Hide always gives you a full stack of resolve. So this is absolutely crazy good. Next up we got Bastion. This one gives you also flat thorns, and your thorns are increased by 20% if you're a barrier up, which we have non-stop. Now here we got HP increase if you cast a gorilla skill, and also damage dealt increase if you knock down enemies, which our ultimate also does. Insane interactions all around. Seeker here. Also early on it does a lot of damage. Now when it comes to, actually I'll talk about runes in a bit. So upgrade for Seeker here, knocking down them for 4 seconds, and it's always a guaranteed crit strike. We don't really care about that because Thorns and the Gorilla Spirit Hole, we cannot crit with that. There is a true crit for even Thorns. It's the Shrine. I forget how it's called. Oh my god. The one that makes you crit with every hit. That one is a true critical chance, so you will crit with that. And also there is a rune that makes it so your hit will overpower and guaranteed crit strike that also has. You will see it on my main video. And also here, vulnerable. So for 4 seconds here, no problem. 3 charges with a cooldown, not bad. Now the passes for ultimates are absolutely crazy. We want to get these proc non-stop. So here when you cast ultimate skill, you get the damage increase to elites for 3 seconds. And if you're fighting one boss, it's doubled to 30% multi. It's crazy. We get some extra vigor. We don't really need this. We don't really care about that, right? Supremacy. Any enemies you kill while ultimate is active, it gives you a stack of Supremacy, which gives you increased damage up to 30%. And when your ultimate skill ends without even killing anyone, you will gain 5 stacks of Supremacy, and they will, begin to lose stack 1 per second. So having so many charges at endgame is just ridiculous, even on bosses where you don't kill enemies, right? Next up, we got heal here, nothing too interesting, but intricacy is what makes our poison skin, toxic skin, and armored hide up non-stop. So whenever you cast an ultimate skill, the last potency, defensive or focus, which this one is a defensive, and this one is a focus in incarnate. So any of these skills cast prior is reset and can be cast for free up to 3 times in the next 5 seconds. So what I like to have uptime the most is probably our toxic skin. So I would always do, is also, by the way, gotta be careful with that. You can also use this, but I always like to buff myself up with Ravager into Armored Hide, into Toxic Skin, and then use the ultimate so Toxic Skin is reset, and go with that again if it expires, right? Because there is a way through tempering where you can get duration for Armored Hide by a lot. I hope they will not really decrease that. And our key passive is Adaptive Stances. So the base spirit of the skill casts grants. So anytime you cast a rock splitter, you are in gorilla stance, so it will give you another damage reduction, which is bonkers. Anytime you cast Ravager or Rake, you will get 30% increased attack speed. And Centipede, which is Toxic Skin, it will give you lifesteal. Of course, the Seeker will give you movement speed. So also not a bad way to engage the fight off screen or at the edge of your screen. If you see a map pack you need to kill, you just start with Seeker. They will get increased movement speed before you get to them, so it's pretty good. That's the leveling, that's the skill tree. I will keep this build updated, or actually, like I said, I will make a separate video for endgame with Paragon and whatnot. I'm not sure how accurate these numbers are, so bear with me if they will change them in the dev stream, because I am basically from the past. So I don't know what's gonna change, so I would have to update this video. But if anything will change, I will make sure to put it in notes. If you do edit here, I can edit notes in here, so don't worry, I'll have everything updated. And when it comes to runes, there is a certain specific and pretty interesting setup with Seeker. So every time you cast a skill, there is a rune like that. it will give you an offering. Offering is something you basically use to activate runes, right? So every time you cast an ultimate skill, it gives you 150 offering. And there is a Barbarian Earthquake rune where it costs 100 offering. So if you link these up and you use Seeker, it will always spawn a big Earthquake on the screen. And there early on, that does so much damage. It's crazy. Really leveling with that was such a breeze, man. I'm definitely starting Spiritborn because I tried both Barb and Spiritborn so far at this point, at this moment, for leveling, and oh my god, that was pain compared to with Barb compared to Spiritborn. But Barb was still good though. Barb was still good. I believe they will improve it as well because last season it was not the strongest, so we'll see about it. But anyways, I stream every day on Twitch and YouTube as well. If you guys want to check me out and whatnot, talk about some stuff. Any questions, hit me up on Discord, which will be in the pinned comment section. Also, you can hit me up in the comments as well. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. And you guys have a good one. Until next time, peace.